Well met, travelers. Check it out. Today we're looking at the level 100 Protection Warrior talents. And this is actually a really big deal. Immediately on the screen you'll see it. Gladiator's Resolve, Gladiator Stance as some people are calling it. It is a huge talent. Probably the biggest talent in the entire WoD beta so far, at least, unless they change something. The reason it's so big is it basically gives you a fourth spec. Alright, you're playing protection, but you're now able to do pretty equatable damage to any DPS. Warriors, tanks especially, are already going to be doing good damage. They've removed Vengeance, so this change is pretty, this makes you do even more damage. You're already doing almost as much damage as like a low-end DPS, but 20% increase in damage when you're in Gladiator stance is ridiculous. It's hard to notice, as you're going to see when I do start attacking the dummy, but also another really important part about Gladiator stance, Gladiator's Resolve as a talent, in fact, is that it gives you 5% more reduction when you're in D stance. So this is a really good choice. People are saying you got to be in Gladiator stance. Why would you even pick it? But they're trying to make it balanced. They're trying to make you want to use it. So there you see the animation. The stance, like when you switch into it, looks amazing. So much better, even to the upgraded, like that was upgraded in Cataclysm, the shield wall looking one there. Gladiator stance looks even better. But the damage you do, you'll see the numbers there. It's really hard to equate. I try to show off the shield slam changes to shield charge as well. So you're going to show here, you're going to see here shown 3 charges, basically back to back to back. It's pretty cool. There's 1, there's 2. Oh, look at this. And another charge. Get a back pedal in there and charge. There we go. Big charges. So this is a really great talent. Even if you're only using it, 5% extra reduction is a pretty big deal. That is a lot, especially when you're going to be geared later on. So I'm looking at Gladiator stance and saying this is a no-brainer, especially for leveling. Well, not leveling, obviously, but, questing, doing solo content, probably 5-man dungeons. This is a no-brainer. It really is. It's that good. All right, so let's check out a few, the other 2 options and discuss their brevity and length as well. So the middle talent is going to be known as Ravager, very similar in scope to Nazgrim, General Nazgrim's Ravager, although it's much cooler looking. Essentially, it just does a bunch of AoE damage, and when you pop it, you get 30% extra parry. So currently, you're going to see this pretty shortly, but that's a lot of parry. That is a great defensive cooldown, honestly. It's a 1-minute cooldown, so this is nothing to sneeze at. This is a huge defensive cooldown and a damaging ability. So this is great for, challenge modes. I immediately see this as the talent. Obviously, you can't tank in Gladiator stance and challenge modes. Great AoE option here. Watch how cool this looks as well. This is crazy looking. That is great looking. Look at the damage it's doing as well. That's good damage. The crits are 8.5k. Nothing to sneeze at all. And the model, the animation, whatever, is absolutely amazing. Probably one of the cooler things I've seen so far. But now I'm gonna just show you off the 30% parry increase. So currently 20% parry. Think about that. 20% of the attacks. I'm taking like a big pack of 6. Now I have 50% parry. Every other attack is going to be parried during this few seconds of Ravager. It is really strong. It looks amazing and does really good damage. I'm definitely voting this one in for challenge mode. Any 5-man content, essentially, much better. Unless it's super joke mode, then you'll probably want to take Gladiator stance and figure it out from there. And the final one's called Anger Management, and unfortunately I'm going to need Anger Management because of how bad this talent is. This is not even in the same... I don't even... It's terrible. It really is terrible. I don't know what they're thinking with this talent. I guess they've just run out of options. I can't even tell. It says it for rage. It's just like in Diablo, there's a barbarian talent like this. For every rage you spend, you reduce some time on a cooldown of that's supposed to be important, but I pop every cooldown that I appear to have, and it just doesn't. It's not noticeable to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Very likely that I am. But I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't know how good this is going to be, but I already seem somewhat rage-starved. Since you don't get rage from being hit anymore as protection, This seems even worse because of that. It's just not. It's not even close. It's not on the same level as the other two. It has no animation. It's garbage, honestly. I would never pick this talent, at least at face value. Maybe there's going to be a big change, but we shall see. So far, I'm going with Gladiator stance for easy content soloing, and Ravager for big challenge mode type pulls, and maybe even raid bosses as well. But that's going to be it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next class overview.